Hello guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I will be showing you 3 steps that I take to manage my budget every time I get paid. So I take these 3 steps. First of all, I have to sit and brainstorm all of my necessary and unnecessary expenses. This is a one-time thing. You don't need to do it. You don't need to keep on doing it unless something in your life changes. Secondly, I subtract all of my necessary expenses from my paycheck. And then thirdly, I categorize and manage the leftover money after I've paid all my expenses to spend it for 2 weeks. So first of all, you need to sit down and brainstorm your necessary expenses. These expenses are things like your rent, gym membership, like your health insurance and your car insurance. These are fixed expenses. You can't change them. They get drawn out of your bank account every month. So those are your necessary and fixed expenses. Unnecessary expenses are your groceries or your gas. These are not fixed. The amount can vary every month depending on how much you travel and how much you eat. So that changes. So you can't really set aside a specific amount even if you try to. So the next step is, after you've added all your necessary fixed expenses, mine equals to about $200, you subtract that from your paycheck. So let's say my paycheck is $400, I subtract $200 from my paycheck. So now I have $200 left to spend for 2 weeks until I get paid again. In the $200 that I have, you could save 10% of it or 15% of it, or however much you want. The next step is to think about the categories in your life that you spend the most in. For me, it's transportation and entertainment. Or it used to be transportation, so cancel that out. So it's mostly entertainment. Entertainment can be going out, groceries. Since I don't buy a lot of groceries, I put groceries in the entertainment category. So for me right now, it's mostly entertainment. But basically, after you figure it out, all your money problems, I use an envelope method. It basically looks like this. So you fold an envelope in half, and then basically draw a line, and then do 2 categories. For me, it was transportation and entertainment. And then you could, if it works the same way if you just have one category. So the balance, my balance left over was $200. I don't want to do the 10% for savings. So $200 for 2 weeks. So that means I have $100 left for 1 week. Let's just ignore it. It says $50. Let's ignore that. So my balance for 1 week would be $50. And each time I buy something, I either put it in the transportation or entertainment category. I hope you guys can see this. And then I just keep on subtracting the money, and this is just a good way to keep track of however much you're spending. After you've practiced it a while, you might not need this envelope method, but to start out, I highly suggest it because it helped me a lot. It helped me notice where my money was going, because one day I would wake up with all my money gone. And you don't need to, it's a good idea to keep it in your wallet, but every time you buy something, a pack of gum, you don't need to subtract it. At the end of the day, just keep track of your receipts and just subtract it like this. And then it's just as a visual guide to see how much money you have left. As you can see, some weeks I had negative balances. And that's okay, because it helps you notice that you're spending too much and that you need to do something about it. And the good thing about envelope method is you can keep your receipts inside, so you never lose your receipts. Yeah, I hope this helped you guys. Comment below any suggestions you have and subscribe. Have a good day, you guys.